So for the last week or so, I've been in the monk mode or execution mode. Aside from eating and walking 3 times a day, exercising 3 times a week, sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night, I haven't done anything except for YouTube and day job. And yet I feel better every day. So today I want to show you how I'm able to work pretty much all day without burning out, but instead feeling better. The standard approach is to see work as something that you have to do in order to live from month to month. But some people, how crazy it might sound, call their favorite thing work. If you just sit down one day and ask yourself which activity have you really enjoying for the past week or so, which activities you find yourself in the flow state, and then call that work, that I believe is a prerequisite to liking what you do in order to have this innate desire to do it all the time, pretty much. And that's especially something if you're a creator or entrepreneur, when it's more autonomous and we are free to dictate what we want to do and how we want to do it. Then it's more of a case that we like to do it so much that at least in the initial period, we are doing it a lot. And if you look at the top people, it's easy to think that, okay, they are living balanced, whatever that means, balanced life. But if you look especially in the beginning, it's a period of a lot of work and a lot of development in the process. So it's very important to know what season you're in and if you have leverage enough to do what's required. And I don't really do what's required guy. I simply don't do my best because my best might not be good enough. But one thing we also need to include here are the expectations around work. Especially in Sweden, where I come from, there is this work-life balance concept. And sure, it might be very useful for many people. I'm not saying that it's inherently bad, but what I'm saying that work-life balance is different for everyone. If you like doing something more than anything else, then of course do it. So instead of letting society sort of dictate how you're going to behave and so forth, it's all about recognizing what you want and then pretty much change the friend circle around that in order to accommodate what you want. Because when you become good at it, you will attract like-minded people who support you in the way that you want to live your life at the moment. But one thing that is certainly beneficial when it comes to this is, of course, non-neediness. Embrace being alone, embrace the suck, embrace not knowing what to do but still doing it anyway, and be very comfortable doing nothing instead of leaning into distractions and so forth. Because as I said earlier, when it comes to this fast execution and so forth, right now I'm recording a lot of background music, it's temporary. There will come a point, I've seen time and time again, when you're capped on a certain level, in my case showing up to you once a day, and more execution might not necessarily cut it. It's all about finding the bottleneck that's holding you back and then solving it. Right now my bottleneck is the execution part. There's a lot of things I need to do to myself, so it's all about doing it. That's the last thing. It all comes down to the relabeling process. When you're stepping out from your comfort zone, when you're doing things either earlier or later than you normally used to, expect to feel a little bit more disoriented, call it that. There's this new feelings, this new situation that comes out, and what you previously thought as bad can now be relabeled as good. And once you relabel something as good, then, at least in my experience, you have more attention dedicated to it. It's not that you're trying to hide yourself or simply doubt every time that if you're doing is the right thing. You accepted it. If you simply do things for a long enough time horizon, you become very adapted to it. Having this progressive overload, and you become stronger, become more resilient and so forth, in order to have the capacity to work these long hours on something you want. So if you're in this monk mode journey, it's all about doing what is required and really enjoying it. The work works on you more than you work on it. And let me know in the comments if you're also passionate about what you do and how you are going about it. I'll see you in this video right here, and always remember that you're the most amazing human being alive.